You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by Sioux Falls jobfair.com. How you doing, sir?
Doing pretty well. Brand new week. Brimming with opportunities.
It really is.
Just grabbing that brass ring, man. That's what we do. You know this guy. He's got a birthday today. I'm sure you sent him a card. Peter Cetera.
Oh, we've met him.
Love that
right.
man.
See, I know Heidi does
I
a little
do.
melt. You're a little old for you there, Heidi Jean.
Yes.
He's 77. 77. 77.
Age is just a number, Dan.
He's got to buy sneakers with Velcro clasp now. Milton S. Hershey, born this day. American
Candyman.
chocolate tycoon. He did all right for himself. And four-term South Dakota governor. Had the pleasure of hanging out with him more than once. So Bill Janklow, born this day. You know, his family is actually out of Germany. In fact, his father was a prosecutor in the Hindenburg trials in Germany.
Really?
Yes.
Did not know that.
Interesting.
They actually relocated here. Bill was actually born in Chicago.
Okay.
Yep. And his father passed away when he was 10.
Oh, that's too bad.
Mother moved them to Flandreau, South Dakota. So, yeah, there you go. I bet you didn't know that.
I did not.
Most of that, no.
There you go. Now you know. Boy, this is huge. 1969, where were you this day? Scooby-Doo debuts on CBS.
I love Scooby-Doo.
And
I still love Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, and it was,
Weeks.
well, they were the original cartoons at the time. It was Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Yeah.
That was the title. It wasn't just
Fantastic.
Scooby-Doo. It was Where Are You?
Yeah.
Okay. And in 1922, this was in all the papers, no kidding, the Straw Hat Riots begin in New York City as people protest the right to wear straw hats beyond the accepted end date of September 15th.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
What, you think this is funny?
I really do,
People
yes.
went to jail. People ended up hospitalized.
Excuse me. You can't wear that hat now.
This thing was nuts.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, the straw hat was acceptable, of course, during the summer months.
Right.
For generally sporting events, that kind of thing, but it caught on where people would wear it in their everyday life. But as of
That was not okay.
the agreed-upon date of September 15th, the gentlemen traded in their straw hats for a Panama hat, something.
Okay.
You know, something of a little more substance.
Look a little more dapper.
Well, yeah, traditionally speaking, a rogue of teenagers kind of started it out, because what would happen if you were wearing a straw hat after the 15th, it was tradition to say, have a friend or an acquaintance take it off your head and stomp it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. That wouldn't go over well.
I don't want to see someone do that.
That wouldn't go over
So this
well.
group of rogue teenagers fired it up on the 13th, or on this day back in 1922, and started knocking straw hats off. Well, they made the mistake of going down to the docks.
Yeah.
Some dock workers, some longshoremen, and went, yeah, bad move there.
I don't think so,
Twinkle
Skippy.
toes. Well, it turned into like 8 days of riots citywide. Yeah, it was quite the something.
wow.
But that actually pales in comparison to the white pants after Labor Day riots that shook this country back in 73. I was there for that one. Crazy.
We'll never forget that.
Pandemonium, I got to tell you what. I'm not making any of this stuff up. Well, some of it I may have.
Except
But
for that stuff.
I know, you know, we all
All know.
And we can just jump ahead.
We're going to do that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by HauntedSiouxFalls.com.
In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting.
And it is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this fine Monday?
Every now and again you find a list. And you go, well, that's an interesting list.
Okay.
And so I just made a couple notes here. It's actually a list from a company called The Delight, and they surveyed music critics across the country
Yeah.
and also fans, just big music fans.
Okay.
Compiled all the data and came up with apparently it's listed as the best songs of all time.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And it's primarily rock and roll and R&B.
I'll be the judge of this.
And I know, and that's why you guys, because, off mic at one point last week, I just threw it out there. Who do you guys think is the best American rock and roll band? And Heidi weighed in with Spandau Ballet, which was one of the greatest answers I've ever heard in my life. It made zero sense and still doesn't. I just went with the top 10 here.
Okay.
Okay, again, the best songs of all time. And that's what it is. At number 10, God Only Knows, Beach Boys.
Oh.
That is a beautiful tune.
That is a good tune.
I don't know if I've heard that. I'm sure I have. I just can't think of it right off the top of my head.
Some of these are pretty old school, but they're, most of them are pretty legit, I guess. At number 9 is Blowin' in the Wind, Bob Dylan.
Okay.
That's a good tune.
Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand at number 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had that 45 as a kid. I preferred the B-side of that record.
Which was?
Saw Her Standing There.
Oh, yeah. I like that one
I
better,
like it
It
too.
was a remake they did, Tiffany.
Yeah,
They remade a Tiffany
Yeah,
song.
it was nice.
yeah, that's what they did. Who's the chick in the mall? Let's cover that one.
They hasn't been born yet.
Number 7, still a classic. Never heard a garage rock and roll band not cover this. Johnny Be Good, Chuck Berry.
Okay.
That's a good tune.
Number 6, interesting. Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Nirvana.
Little Nirvana action.
Beginning of grunge.
Well, that became an anthem for a generation, basically. You think about it. Number 5, great tune, great album. Beach Boys again with Good Vibrations.
Oh,
Wow.
So they're on the list twice.
Yeah, their studio expertise was pretty fantastic back then. Beatles clock in again at number 4 with Yesterday,
That's a good tune.
which is, I believe, if not the most, one of the most covered songs ever in the history of music.
It's a good tune.
Okay, number 3, Satisfaction, Rolling Stones.
I
That's
like
a good
that.
one.
Beatles at number 2 again. And I never cared for this. I remember when it came out and everybody's going, oh, this song. And I'm like,
Yellow Submarine.
Hey Jude. I love Yellow Submarine.
You liked Yellow Submarine?
Yeah, because me and my
That's
buddies
one
would
of the
walk around.
worst.
We'd sing it, but we'd say Pregnant Submarine. I have no idea why. But it seemed kind of edgy when you're like 8. We all live in a pregnant submarine. Don't let your mom hear you.
Yeah. We're grounded, mister.
And of course, at number 1, best song of all time.
Elvis?
It is not Just a Friend, Biz Markie.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
agree completely.
I'm kidding. I
Oh.
just put
Make
that
the
in
top
there.
1,000.
It's actually a word up by Cameo.
There's
not.
no way.
Oh. It's Boogie Shoes, Casey and the Sunshine
It
Band.
can't be that either.
It's not. Oh, you guys got me. It's Baby Shark.
Baby Shark, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Number 1, Imagine John Lennon.
Oh, yeah.
I completely disagree.
All right. Elvis didn't even make the list?
He's on the list because it's actually a list of 50.
Okay. But he wasn't in the top
Elvis
10.
on there. And for you, John, and I made a note of this because I know you're a huge fan and you do an amazing
What a
impersonation
wonderful world,
at
Louis Armstrong.
number 23, Wonderful World, Louis
That is
Armstrong.
such a
That
great
definitely belongs on the list. I love that song.
Really is. All right, Dan, thank you for that.
Hey, my pleasure.
That's what we refer to as stuff Dan finds interesting. I'm John with a fun comparison. Some puppies are purebred and they cost more. Others are more affordable. And then there are free puppies. Nobody really knows where they come from, but they're free. In the advertising world, it's like that too. There are some super expensive ways to advertise if you can afford it. And there are some free things you've probably tried, but those dogs rarely work. Radio is kind of like that middle puppy. Affordable, will snuggle with you, and hopefully not pee on the rug. Radio advertising. Super affordable, a great investment, and man's best friend. Try it and let BetterResultsAdvertising.com bring your message to life. Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Mr. Dan Farris back in the studio here.
This is pretty crazy. A couple years ago, the state started was it predator hunter, blah, blah, blah thing. Go out and get some varmints.
Oh, yeah.
You bag varmints,
Yeah,
you turn
yeah.
them in, you get $10 a varmint.
Yeah,
My
nice.
brother was getting some dough for that.
You know what I'm talking about? Well,
We didn't do it. We
Pheasant
should've.
and duck hunting seasons are getting ready to fire up here in South Dakota. And according to One Green Planet is reporting that, well, it's referred to here in South Dakota as the Nest Predator Bounty Program. And from the South Dakota GF&P, the Brown Shirts Department, responsible for eliminating so far 134,000 predators.
Ooh.
Over the course of the past couple of years. The program, again, awards $10 for, say, skunks, raccoons, other kinds of predators that are trapped and then bumped off, and that has been already extended into 2022.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool.
Well, the goal of the program is actually twofold. First, it helps increase the number of ducks and pheasants in the state.
Sure.
And pheasants are gold
Yes.
in this neck of the woods here. And say by reducing the nest predators. Second, the program encourages more people in the state to get involved in trapping and getting outdoors and that kind of thing. And you look at those numbers and you go, well, holy cow, isn't that going to tilt the environment, the population? Here's the thing. And this is no kidding. I won't tell you exactly where I live because then people just come over.
Yeah.
And you can't be having
But
that.
We found out. We keep stopping.
Yeah, I'm in the heart of the city.
Yeah.
And I have raccoons in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I've got possums in my neighborhood. So, I mean, these things are everywhere. So if you're running out on the river banks and in the outskirts of town, I mean, they are everywhere. So, take as many as you want. They're worth $10 a pop. That can pile up.
Can you can't shoot them, though. You've got to trap them. Can you shoot them? Not in town,
You can beat them with a stick if that's what you need to do.
I live free. I do what I want.
I'll do what I want, when I
Shoot 'em
want.
with a cannon.
I do what I want.
When I want.
Oh, in my neighborhood, nobody pays any attention to what
Wouldn't
kind of
know that
noise it is.
gunshot from another gun.
Those fireworks, or is Larry liquored up again? Whatever.
Cleaning up the
Put
varmints.
the dogs and kids inside.
Well, that's cool, Dan. Thank you for that report.
Yeah, I just thought, wow, that's kind of an astounding number. 134,000.
That is a lot.
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother.
So $10 a piece. How much is that? Add a couple zeros?
Yeah. That'd be 1 0.
One
It's
zero?
$10 a piece.
Okay.
So my brother one year had a whole truckload of varmints that he was going to be. They were frozen in the back of his truck. So when he was out hunting, he just throw them back there. And he went to a small town bar, and he came out, and somebody had stolen all of his varmints. How do you call the police on that? You're like, somebody stole a bunch of dead animals out of the back of my vehicle.
Only in Huron.
Well, it wasn't. It was a rural Huron.
It was rural here. Isn't all of Huron rural Huron?
I say, it was like the big throbbing metropolis part of Huron then.
It was like in Cavor or somewhere is where that happened. All right. Hey, Dan, thanks for that. We'll be chatting with Dan here in a moment with some other fun stuff. That's news that's on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by HauntedSiouxFalls.com.
Ooh.
Many new students sign up for credit cards that are not very good. Have a conversation about how to properly use credit so they don't learn this lesson the hard way. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Want one that offers points? We have those. Want a card to help you build credit? We have those too. Bettercreditcards.com is designed to help you get a better credit card. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. We are going to brighten your day with some positive news right now. This is actually kind of a fun project that we've been working on, HauntedSiouxFalls.com. Now, there's two different things we're doing here. First of all, if you've got a spooky story, something that happened in Sioux Falls, and you'd like to share that spooky story, you still have time to reach out because we're launching that portion coming up towards the beginning of October. But between now and then, we have Haunted Sioux Falls Super Packs that are available. It's a $99 value. You can get it for $60. And I know what you're thinking. What in the world is in there? Well, let me tell you. For the first time in history, you can get a discount to all of the haunted house attractions in the area. You can get a ticket to all of them in one packet, and they're at a discount. So we're working with these locations to be a part of the Haunted Sioux Falls Super Pack. The Sioux Falls JC's Fairgrounds, they've got their event coming up next month at the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds. Fraternal Order of Police Twisted Nightmare, they have their event coming up next month, and it'll be at the Fraternal Order of Police facility between Sioux Falls and Grand Falls Casino. It's out in that neighborhood. Also, Terror 29. This is a really cool one. First time we've worked with them, and that is on I-29 just north of Sioux Falls. Archery Outfitters Haunted Trail. That is on the east side of Sioux Falls on Lowell Avenue, and also the first time we've worked with them. Haunted Farm out of Worthing, South Dakota, and we worked with them a few years back. It's been a while, but we're excited to work with them. I guess they've been doing this like 10, 15 years, something like that now. And the Corn Maze at Yogi Bear Campground. So you'll get a chance to go to all of those different places, each one of those. Now, if you're going, well, I don't want to go to all of those, that's okay. You can go to the ones you want to go to and give the tickets that you don't use to somebody else, or work with somebody to buy these together. There's only 100 super packs available. They go on sale Monday, September 13th. So like right now is when they're going to go on sale. If you would like to get your name on the list, you just go to the website, hauntedsiouxfalls.com. Scroll down towards the bottom, and you fill out your name and your information and all the info on there, just saying, hey, I'm interested. I want one. I want two. If you've got kids and you're going, I want 4 of these, one for each of the kids, do that. If you've got grandkids and you're going, I want some for these kids and those kids. Again, it's a $99 value for $60. There's only 100 of them, though, so we don't have enough for everybody, because that wouldn't be very nice to the haunted features. They want people to come in at full price too. But this is a fun little project that we decided to do this year. We'll see how it goes. And so far, we've got quite a few people who've reached out in advance wanting to get tickets. Monday, again, is the day that we will have these officially available. So if you're interested, get your name on the list now. Again, hauntedsiouxfalls.com is the website. And again, fill out the form, be on the list. And a huge thank you to each of the organizations that we're working with for the Haunted Sioux Falls Super PAC. Also, if you happen to have a business that would make sense to be in the Super PAC, we're still getting them stuffed and ready to go. We could put a coupon in there for you or something. Reach out to us. Do it right through the same page there, hauntedsiouxfalls.com, and just say, hey, I'd be interested in having something in there. This is the first time we've done it. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And I have several people who have scary stories for the audio tour that we'll be posting in October. Again, all of that will be at the same place, hauntedsiouxfalls.com. If you'd like to know more, check that out. Thank you so much for listening. Again, this is today's Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture, and we try to brighten your day each day with positive news.
Merry Christmas! Oh, you're not ready for that yet. How about Happy Halloween? At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all of the fun holidays throughout the year with funny, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we have a gift idea for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out. Just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for the newsiest news we do. It is News with Dan Farris.
Out the shoe leather. Slamming my fists on desk, demanding answers. Well, you got pandemics going on, runaway inflation, there's division all over the country, dogs sleeping with cats. It's insane. So you might be asking yourself, what the heck's going on in the world of TV game shows? I'm glad
That's exactly what I was asking myself.
Well, a week after Wheel of Fortune lost its executive producer, as Mike Richards stepped down in a firestorm of controversy, shenanigans, and general all-around hubbubbery, the show has sealed a new deal to keep long-running host Pat Sajak, who I love, Vanna White, who I don't know, in place.
You don't know her?
I do not. As part of the new deal, Sajak will also serve as consulting producer on Wheel in addition to his hosting duties. Now, as part of the contract renewals, Sajak and White are set to continue with the show through at least the 23-24 season. Wheel returns for its, are you ready for this? 39th
That's
season
insane.
in first-run syndication tonight. The duo have been in the nighttime show since 1983. That's crazy.
That is crazy. I do love Pat Sajak. I'm all with you there. He's
took
amazing.
Over the show when he had the Pat Sajak show?
He's a witty
I don't remember that he had a Pat Sajak
Yeah,
show.
he had his own little night talk show, and it was pretty good too, but it didn't last. I do not recall who replaced him.
M.G. Kelly, who does the Amazing 80s program on this very radio station. Yeah. He used to be the announcer for that. And then he stepped up and got to host it. And then when Pat Sajak got back, they fired him from both jobs.
Well, you should interview him. He's a
That
funny
would make
guy.
sense.
Been in a lot of stuff.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Stop it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
See what I put up with here.
Well, if anything ever happens to Pat Sajak, I hope they get Paul Anka to host with John's new best friend, Paul Anka. What's going on a little closer to home? It was a historic day, Thursday of last week, in case you missed it. In Deadwood, sports wagering has officially started, is now legal in South Dakota.
Okay.
First time in the state's history that sportsbook is legal in the state. Comes after 58% of the voters approved a constitutional amendment to allow sports betting.
Okay.
The first people to lay down bets, I guess, was the general manager of the Tin Lizzy and also the mayor of Deadwood, Mayor Ruth. So let's see, got a quote here from the mayor. Sports betting going to be huge for Deadwood as a whole, especially with our off season. We're definitely going to see some leveling out of the peaks and valleys of the tourism volume in Deadwood. So sports betting is going to be a great draw, not only for the casino and community, but for South Dakota as a whole. That's
and if you listen to
say.
This station, you get lots of tips
You do.
on where to place your bets.
Yeah, got one coming up in just a moment.
Dan always has good tips. Yeah.
But, there you go. Going to wrap things up. Take a look at a little sports news here. This Sunday, coming up the 19th, of course, week 2, NFL regular season. And now that you can legally do sports betting in South, because I don't know anyone who ever laid a bet on a sporting event until now.
Right.
Yeah, because
Right.
that would have been just
wrong.
Here's what you do.
Yeah.
You've got till this Sunday the 19th. If you own a home, maybe get a home equity loan, maybe go pawn your jewelry. Something. I mean literally everything you own. I don't care if you got to clear out a retirement account. You want to lay it all on the Kansas City Chiefs at Baltimore. Final score 79-3.
Don't do it.
From the Sunny 93.3 News Desk, I'm Dan Farris, reminding you if it's news, it's news to me.
In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, September 13th, 2021. Equity traders shrugged off an unbelievable 6 months of hotter-than-expected inflation on Friday to confirm support at the short-term moving average and a key uptrend line. The Producer Price Index came in at up 0.7% for the month of August and 8.3% over the last year, marking the fastest pace of inflation gains in several decades. With the FOMC seemingly out of touch with reality, investors and consumers should brace for the price of all goods to continue to trend higher. This week, the focus will be on the economic data, as there are half a dozen or more reports on the calendar. Topping the list is the August read of the Consumer Price Index, a report expected to show another acceleration in consumer prices as well. The good news for investors, at least for now, is that consumer prices are outpacing producer prices, and that is helping to widen margins for the S&P 500. You can get the inside track at MarketBeatMinute.com.